Hello and welcome everyone. This is Race on Oz. It's Monday night. It's the PC League. My name is Nick. Back for the first stream of the year for Rooz. Hope you're all well. We are not far away from getting round number 4 kicked off. We're at Indianapolis. Back to the sprint format. Last week was the mini enduro, so the 90-minute race around Watkins Glen. I believe it was, and Terry Rayton was the victor around there. So well done to Terry. I think it was Brad Cook who took out pole position, but Terry Rayton was the one who came home in P1, followed by Brad Cook in P2, and Chris Taylor was in third position last week. Let's have a quick look at the standings, shall we? So as I mentioned, Terry Rayton, last week's winner, he sits atop of the standings, 181 points next to his name. He's being chased very closely by Andrew Lawrenson, currently sitting in second position there on 171 points. He took out round number 2 victory there, so did not start last week, and I don't think he's starting again this week either, so we'll wait and see. Brad Cook, he was in third position. I don't think he's here either tonight by the looks of things. 166 points. Max Ricker sitting there in fourth position. He's been all about the fourth position so far this season. 3 on the trot. Let's see if he can crack the podium tonight. Paul Russell didn't start round 1, a 6th and a 5th, sits in 5th position on 131 points. Vinny Canero, he was a DNF last week at 5th and a 6th. The weeks before that in 6th position on 121 points. Joining him on 121 points is Chris Taylor, 15th, 11th and a 3rd. So he's progressively gotten better and better in the Honda, sitting there in 7th spot. 8th spot is Mitch Hayes in the Lamborghini. He's a 7th, a 17th and a 7th, so he'll be hoping that pattern doesn't continue tonight, and then he can maybe even go a 6th or a 5th maybe. We'll wait and see. 116 points in 8th. 9th is Benjamin Higner in another Lamborghini. There's 3 of them in the top 10, sitting there 9th position on 103 points. And in 10th spot is old reliable, the 666 Matt Frost in the Audi this season on 102 points, an 8th, a 12th and a 9th for the last outing. So that is pretty much our standings. Now, I'm not ignoring the AM standings. I just don't have up-to-date AM standings. That's why I didn't include them. I can give you a bit of an idea perhaps then where it all stands. Where was it? Yeah, so up until round 2, it was Lee Perkins leading the way in the AM driver standings. So I'm not too sure what happened after last week, but it was Wally Masterson and then Andrew Bonholm. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. In third position, Herbertron, Mark Stevens, James Bridgens and Mike Lewis. So good to see some unfamiliar names from my perspective. Yeah, so just having a quick look at the chat. Yeah, Paulie, yeah, I'm back. I am back. Yeah, thank you. And music racer Adrian Rice. I'm disappointed you're not racing tonight. I heard you've been doing a bit of racing lately, but not necessarily a fan of Indy. Hey, let's take a look at the circuit because we're not far away from kicking off qualifying. It is 14 turns in total, this circuit. It's approximately about 4 kilometres long, roughly. I think that's right. I'm not too sure. I don't mind it, to be fair. The turn 1 and turn 2 is a little bit tricky in there. Then you're coming through 5, 6 and 7, and then out the back using some of the curb. That braking zone into turn 12 can be very tricky indeed. I'm not too sure if all the turn numbers are correct there. But we're about to go live to the track, so you'll kind of just see what I mean. There we are. And there's that. Awesome. All right, cool. So as you can see, Paul Russell sitting there in P1, loving the old school tobacco camel livery. It definitely caught my eye when I jumped in the lobby earlier. So absolutely brilliant. I'm not too sure who he gets to do them, but or if it's himself. I don't think it is Paul Russell. I think he does get someone else to do it. So a bit of wait time. Good to see this man here, Vinny Canero, commentated on a few of his races. So good to see him out there in the Porsche. He was second overall in practice. Paul Russell, though, what was it? It was a 672 was he? No, 557. Sorry, 557. Who else is out there? Lee Perkins. What a famous surname that is in Australian motorsport. I'm not too sure if there's any relation, but he's still tracking around out there. We're just waiting for these guys to finish up before we go to qualifying. This is Lee Perkins. Track conditions quite warm. Well, warmish, 33 degrees, air temperature 25.
Pit light, show them what you got.
Alright, here we go. So who's going to be the first car out? Matt Frost is the number uno, I do believe. Hope everyone is being well. Good start to the week, I hope, for everyone. Monday. No one really enjoys Mondays, do they? I know I don't. But anyway, it's been an interesting season so far. So Matt Frost, as mentioned, an 8th, a 12th and a 9th for him so far. Yeah, in this circuit, have a look at this pit exit. It is just very strange. If you've never raced here before, you're kind of wondering what the hell is going on. But yeah, I don't mind Indy. It's not a bad little track, I reckon. So a lot of curb cutting around here. Don't want to bring the car too wide through there, but we'll have a quick look at who else is out in the field. I don't know why. Everyone's got yellow flags next to their name for some reason on my timing screen, so I'm not too sure what's happening there. Anyway, we'll be alright. Who else? James Mack, Red Rebel Racing. Now, he has gone up to silver, I do believe, this season. So, and where is he? Oh, he's not had a good season so far. He's not in the top 6 for silver. So, as far as I could see, Terry Rayton, our championship leader, last time out race winner as well. Nando Latanzio. Fernando is faster than you. I like it. As I mentioned, Paul Russell. Let's get to that 666 though. Let's go for a lap around Indy. So it's hard on the brakes. On the they've got, I think are they feet? They're not meters, the signage there, but through turn 2, then it's a long right hand. You want to let the car drift out, hit your braking point, straighten it up, and dive for the apex. And just cut a bit of curb through here. Beautiful. Don't drift it too wide. Keep it relatively tight. It's kind of a late apex. He kept it pretty tight through there. And then getting on the power as soon as you can. Big power slide there from the Audi. So those tyres still just getting up to temperature. Track still at 33 degrees. Hard on the brakes for the left-hander. Turn 7. Then through here is a very tricky part. You want to be using as much curb as possible, as you can see Frost doing there. Yep, cut that as much as you can. Then it's hard on the gas through here. So you go up onto the banking of the oval track, You want to drift the car out close to the wall, slam on the brakes at that 300 metre or 300 yard line. You don't want to hit that curb because it does upset the car through there. And then once again, just cutting as much of the curb as possible through the apex, and then you can usually take the final turn flat. Looks like he does. And he's going to be the first car to set a time. No, he's not, because he invalidated... No, he didn't invalidate his lap. 37.740. So that is so far slower than what we saw in free practice. Bridgens coming through. Who else is out there? Mitch Hayes. I don't know why that's... Oh, James Black went to pro. There we go. Not to silver. My apologies. I undersold him. Here's Mark Stevens, Lion Tamer Racing. I think that's an in-game team. Fernando Latenzio. I was going to say Fernando Alonso. Here's Max Ricker. Let's see how he goes this evening. What about Andrew Bonham? Another Red Rebel Racing acolyte, I see. So the Red Rebel Racing team continuing to just grow and grow and grow. Here's Wally Masterson. He was up there as well, I believe, in the silver or AM class. I can't remember. He was P2 in the AM, as far as I could tell, after round 2 anyway. What has he got for us? He goes up into P8. Here's Paul Russell. Bull versus Camel. So Latenzio is our fastest driver so far, 36.810. Let's see what Paul Russell can do. He was the fastest car in free practice, and he's the fastest car in qualifying so far, and not quite as fast as his free practice time. So still a little bit of time left in that Camel liveried Lamborghini. Here's Matt Frost. We saw him first time out. He moves up into P5. What about Lee Perkins? He's currently 16th. 139.935 is his best times. That's Bridgens crossing the line in the BMW. Perkins shoots up to P6. A nice solid time from him. Nando Latenzio, he was top of the pops for a little while. We've already third time through, a third of the distance through qualifying. 6 minutes now. Latenzio moves up into third position. There's Andrew Bonham again. So 38.817 is his best. Let's see if he improves on that. He does. Goes up into P8 for the AM driver. Plenty of AMs in the field. I think there's only two silvers. Neil Fakeney and Mark Hurley. Mark Hurley, the man that just drives and drives and drives and drives. He's using a 4-hour enduro at Valencia on the weekend as well. Here's Masterson, remains in P13. Alright, who else is out there on a hot lap? Here's Frost. He's half a second up on his best time. That might get him in the top 5. Just a tick over 8 minutes remaining now. Frost jumps up into P5 there. Mitch Hayes is on a pretty tidy lap right now. And no, he is off that lap. What about Terry Rayton, championship leader, currently P14. He crosses the line and he goes top of the times. A 1:36 flat. Vinny Canero up there in P2, just over halfway now through this qualifying session. Rayton, Canero, Russell, Mack, Latenzio, Frost, Ricker, Perkins, Bridgens, Bonham. Do we get Fakeney in there as well? Ooh, almost. P11. Who else is out there? Let's go to Paul Russell. Time starting to come down to 36 flat. Half a second faster than what we saw in free practice. Heather Russell, what is going on? Thank you very much. Glad to have you back. We all missed the live stream. Yeah, I kind of missed doing them. That's why I'm back. So, and my schedule freed up a lot more with work and some other racing commitments. Here's Paul Russell though, 4/10 up on his best time. Is this good enough to snatch pole position? Not quite. He was not far away at all. 43 hundredths of a second away from pole position. James Mack is down, well down on his best time. Matt Frost about to cross the line. He improves, but not enough to move up a spot. He remains in P7. Who else is out there? Here's Terry Rayton. 6 minutes left in qualifying. Setting the grid for round number 4 of the season. Terry Rayton doesn't improve. Andrew Bonham is up on his best time. Okay. You can see the footwork there by Bonham. He was 0.3 up on his best time. Let's see what he can do. Goes up into P9, so he'll be happy with that. A top 10 start right now. Not far away from getting this race underway. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in qualifying, so 2/3 of the distance already gone. Mark Hurley, 0.7 up on his best time. That'd be good enough to get him around about 8th position right now. We'd have to pick it up a little bit more to nab 7th. Let's see what he can do as he is about to cross the line. P8, there we go, not a bad time from him. Back to Matt Frost again. Everyone's getting plenty of shine tonight with only 16 in the field. 2 championship protagonists, Andrew Lawrence and Brad Cook, not racing tonight. Neither is Chris Taylor by the looks of things, so plenty of points up for grabs. And Max Ricker will be one of those drivers who'll be hoping to capitalise on the absence of some. Since Terry Rayton, though, he's definitely capitalising. Almost 2/10 up on his best time right now. Takes the shortest run to the line. And he goes even faster at 35.845. Is the fastest time of qualifying. And that belongs to him. He's in P1. Tick over 4 minutes remaining as Nando Latenzio just gets it all wrong there. He's just blowing out the cobwebs before the actual race starts. He's got time to go around for another lap, so he'll dust himself off, tidy himself up and get back on the horse again. He's got one more crack at it at least. Here's Mark Hurley. Got a little bit of traffic in front of him here, so not great for the aero, nor is it good for the concentration. Bridgens doing a good job just to get out of the way there, ducking off into the pits. Good driving from James Bridgens. As Mark Hurley just lost a little bit of time in that final sector there. He will not improve on his time. Andrew probably still in Japan. Oh, there you go. Wow. Isn't that nice? It would be nice to be over Japan this time of year. Matt Frost. It's springtime. It's cherry blossom season over there at the moment. Here's Frost. 0.3 up on his best time. That'd be good enough for P4. Second row of the grid. Matt Frost. Audi Pride. One of 2 Audis. There's 4 Ferraris. There's 3 Lamborghinis and a few McLarens in there as well. And the sole BMW. We've seen that happening a couple of times already to Nando Latenzio. So just struggling to get to grips right now. Track's at 32 degrees. Air temperature 25. No wind to speak of. And so here's Hayes. 0.8 up on his best time. Be good enough for about P8 if he keeps this pace. Quite a few other drivers out there right now. Let's see what Hayes can do though. The number 7 Lamborghini. Can he get 8th position? He does. Nice work from him. Here's Wally Masterson. Another Audi. Good to see the Audis back. Audi fan myself. As he crosses the famous line of bricks. Remains in P14. Used to be called the Brickyard. Because it was all bricks, apparently, which Does not seem safe at all. He's fake near, half a second up on his best time. That correlates to P10 on the grid. Here's Max Ricker. He's 4/10 off P1. He's not going to improve enough. So he does improve somewhat, but not enough. He remains in P3 on the second row of the grid with just over 70 odd seconds left in this qualifying session. Here's Bonham. And this will be last chance saloon for a few drivers right now. One of them is Bridgens. He's well down on any sort of competitive time. So we'll flick over to Mitch Hayes. This will be his last go at it, one would think. Track is optimum. Grip can be a bit of an issue around here. I have noticed that temperatures generally plummet. The track does become quite slippery as well. So it's not necessarily a high grip track, nor is it a high deg track. But yeah, grip can be lacking at times. Hayes does improve on his time, but not on his position. Canero comes over. I don't think I've even seen him on the screen today. I do apologise, Vinny. I'm sure we'll get plenty of him in the race as Latenzio. He's not going to improve on his best time. Here comes Herbertron. Another Red Rebel Racing entry. I'm not too sure if that is a Red Rebel Racing livery. I reckon it is, actually. He is 2/10 slower than his best time, so he will not improve. Here's Neil Fakeney. Hey, where'd you go? There he is. Good enough for P8 in his favoured Lamborghini. Max Ricker won't improve, despite the dive to the line. So it's looking like Terry Rayton is our man. He is still out there right now, but well off the pace. He's ducked into he's called it quits. So congratulations, Terry Rayton. He takes out pole position, and I do believe that is his first pole position for the season. So the man is he's all over he's all over it right now as Bridgens just ducks off. I do like that livery as well. That's nice. Check that out. Listerine. Right, here's Mitch Hayes. Ooh, he's a couple of tenths up on his best time. Can he snatch a position away from Neil Fakeney? He's a couple of tenths ahead of him. He crosses the line. Eee, not quite. P9 for Mitch Hayes. So once again, congratulations, Terry Rayton. He takes out pole position, his first for the season. Paul Russell in second. He was fastest in free practice, so he translated that pace into qualifying. Max Ricker up there in third. He'll be hoping to break his string of fourth positions the last three races. Matt Frost, James Mack, Latenzio, Neil Fakeney, the highest of the silver drivers. Mitch Hayes in 8th. 9th is Mark Hurley. Lee Perkins is in P10, highest of the AM drivers. Then it's AM all the way from there. Bonham, Bridgens, Atron, Masterson, Stevens. Who did we lose? I've only got 15 on my screen. Anyway, we'll be back very shortly. Give me 2.5 minutes and bring you back the round number 4 for the season. Be back soon. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. All right, we are back for the race. Let's take a look back through the grid. So Terry Rayton is our pole position sitter. Paul Russell will start off the front row of the grid in P2. Max Ricker starting third. Frost in fourth. James Mack in fifth. Latenzio in sixth. Fakeney in seventh. Mitch Hayes in eighth. Ninth is Mark Hurley. Lee Perkins in 10th. Bonham in 11th. Bridgens in 12th. 13th is Atron. 14th is Molly Masterson. And 15th is Mark Stevens. Who did we lose? We lost someone. Not too sure. But anyway, we're not far away from getting this one started. Also, just wanted to give a quick shout out. There was a few people that reached out to me just to see how I was going and if I was all right, which I was, and I had no time to do streaming, but I thought that was really, really nice of those people to reach out just to say, hey, how you going? Are you all good? So just to those people, thank you. It was very, very nice, and I think very reflective of the community that we have at Rooz. But here we go. So Vinny Canero, that's who we're missing. So he must have got disconnected, and he will be starting the race. He was up there in the times as well, so he's going to have to work his way from the back. I feel like there's been a lot of news as well since the last time I did a stream. How excited is everyone for the Nordschleifer as well? So the new DLC that came out couple of weeks ago now on April 1st. I think that was eagerly awaited for a lot of people. What else? iRacing got rain. Ooh, how exciting. And Le Mans Ultimate as well is out. So there's a fair bit going on in the sim racing world. There's plenty of new equipment out there as well. Motorsport in general is back as well around the world. They had was it GT3s or GT4s at Phillip Island this past weekend. I wasn't able to go along myself. Great track, Phillip Island. Went down there a few weeks ago though for the historics. That was a lot of fun. It was sweltering hot. It was when Melbourne had that really, really hot spell of 37-degree days. But yeah, great track, Phillip Island though. Formula One's back. What else? V8 Supercars are back. I think they're in New Zealand this weekend. It's all going on. Alright, so that's Lee Perkins, speaking of Australian V8 Supercars. 32 degrees is the track temperature. No wind to speak of, which means there shouldn't be any weather coming through. It doesn't look like there is. I did notice in the Discord though, there was there's like a new little weather simulator on there, which is really cool. And it said the chances of a full dry race was 63%, a full wet race 11%, and a mixed weather race 27%. So GTWC at Queensland Raceway. Yeah, well, there is a I have noticed that there's one round that's like TBC, so I'm hoping if that's Sandown, I'll be able to get along there. We'll wait and see. Anyway, here's Terry Rayton and Paul Russell. They're going to be leading us away off the grid. Keep an eye out for this man here, Vinny Canero, come through the field after being disconnected. Some sort of gremlin. Anyway, green light is go, go, go. Looks like Rayton got a bit of a rough start there. It's Paul Russell who's going to lead him in. That looks like it's James Matt. They're going to go 3 wide with Frost and Ricker beside him. So they file into turn 1. Looks like everyone's made it through. Oh, it's that's Latenzio. Just has a little bit of an issue there. Vinny Canero getting going again. But Latenzio has just dropped back there through the field. And looks like Ricker has made up a spot as well. So is Perkins. So Latenzio has dropped down into P12 there. But it looks like it is Paul Russell leading the way. We've got Terry Rayton tucked in behind him. We're looking back from the rear of the Lamborghini. Max Ricker filed into P3. Frost in 4th. James Mack there sitting in 5th position as well. He's already got a nice little scrap here. Mack is all over the back of Matt Frost. This timing screen is a little bit haywire. I think I might not have the most up-to-date one, but I'll power on. Who else is there? This is Hurley. Ooh, wrong one. There we go, that's what I was going for. He's hunting down Bridgens as they complete the first lap. And it is Paul Russell leading the way from Terry Rayton, Ricker, Frost, Mack. That's your top 5. Fakeney highest of the silver drivers and Bridgens highest of the AM in the embryonic stages of this one, round number 4 of the season. And Terry Rayton in the Honda has his sights set on Paul Russell in that bright yellow Lamborghini. This is going to be quite the challenge for Russell to keep Rayton behind him. Max Ricker just getting a bit of a slide going on there at the moment. This is a good scrap at the front of the field. Rayton just stuck the nose out ever so slightly just to say, hey, I'm here. Just keep an eye in your mirrors. Russell just kicks up a little bit of dust. Now, in terms of pit stop strategy for tonight, there is a mandatory tyre stop, and the refueling time is fixed. I don't know what necessarily it's fixed to in terms of the time, but I guess we're going to find out. It's going to be a bit of an adventure for everyone. In the meantime, though, we're on board with Terry Rayton. See if he can duck into the slipstream of the Lamborghini ahead of him. Turn 1, a very common spot for overtaking. He ducks out of the slipstream. This is looking like a move could be on there. No, not quite. Just ducks out. Ducks back in, sorry. At the last second. This is for the lead, so we've got a good little scrap going on nice and early. Field's still relatively condensed, especially from about 5th through to 10th, 11th. And it's a little spread out already between 3rd, 4th and 5th. That's Ricker, Frost and Mack. This is good. Lamborghini versus Honda. Terry Rayton once again, just having a look, saying I'm here. Who else? Neil Fakeney, he's down there as well with Hayes, Bridgens, Hurley and Perkins, so they're all pretty tightly packed right now, so they've got plenty of action to keep them occupied. In the meantime, though, get back to the race at the front of the field. Paul Russell, his best result so far this season is P5. That was last week, so he's in some good form. Just have to see if he can convert. Once again, Rayton tucked in behind, a lot closer this trip around. Can he make it stick? Yes, I think he can. Oh, Russell's not going to give it up without a fight. Look at this. This is great driving between those two drivers just to keep their distance. raced nice and hard without any issue. Let's see that again. So, go on board with Rayton. And look how close they got there. That was super close racing between the two. But Terry Rayton now takes the lead of the race as we go back to live images. Now, there we go. But great stuff there from the two drivers out in front. Now we'll see if Rayton's able to pull away or if Russell can just stick with him. And in the meantime, Max Ricker will be closing in as Latanzio. We've seen him on the grass a lot already in qualifying and already a couple of times in the race. Let's just see what happened here. Oh, it looks like he's going to make a move and he's just not being able to pull it up in time and just overshot the mark there. Land up on the grass and he'll have to continue on. So we'll go back to live images. As Rayton already opening up almost a second gap already on Russell, and the gap between Ricker and Russell is already coming down. So it's down to 0.8 already. So keep a close eye on that. Perkins and Tanzio in there and Hurley. What's happened here? Let's see. We'll go back to the replay. Oh, so Hurley looks like he's gone for a fairly ambitious move there into turn one. And he was coming from a long way back there, Mark Hurley. And that was the result. So the TDP might have a little bit of a squiz at that one, I reckon. That was a coming from a long way back there, Mark Hurley. Already 1.3 seconds the gap between Russell and Rayton, and maintaining at 0.8 between Russell and Ricker. So 37.670 was the last lap around for Russell. Ricker did a 37 flat, so he's got a bit of pace up his sleeve right now compared to Russell. And he's looking to close up that ever further. He's at 0.6 of a second. Last lap around, Ricker was a couple of tenths faster. Got a little scrap going on here in the background, and another little trio of cars. I think that's Bridgens, Perkins and Latanzio as they all file into turn one. We're having a look at Latanzio. Not going for a move up the inside there into turn one, and he is, however, made up a lot of ground on Perkins. On board with the Ferrari. Music Racer commenting on Paul Russell's efforts to make that Lamborghini a lot faster than what it is. Probably can say the same for Terry Rayton as well. I think the Honda was OP car for a little while there. I don't think the Lamborghini ever has. The McLaren is certainly everyone's favourite right now. I'm not too sure if it is still the fastest, but it's one of the more popular cars, although we only have 3 of them in the field this evening. Got the same amount of Lamborghinis for Ferraris, so Ricker nice and close now. You don't need me to tell you what the gap is, you can see it for yourself. And there goes Max Ricker, or there I thought he goes. Not quite. Can he get this job done into turn one? He's edging marginally ahead there. Paulie's not going to give it up with a fight. And he's going to try and hold on to this position. Max Ricker had the inside for turn two, but Russell had enough momentum to just slingshot him past there. So he's able to hold on just for now. But this man here, Max Ricker, is hunting him down. Music Racer. Lambo is very finicky how it puts its power down. Yeah, I've not had much experience in the Lamborghini, if any at all, so couldn't really give you too much insight. Here's Ricker again. Looked like they were both pretty squirrely out of that last corner, out of turn 6. Hard on the brakes for turn 7, the left-hander. Paul Russell is doing a great job here of hanging on. Just have to think, though, that with all this defending, it's just chewing up those tyres ever quicker. That's allowing Terry Rayton just to skip away. He's already at 3.2 seconds the difference between him and Paul Russell. We're watching them file through the chicane there of 12 and 13 now. We'll come around for the final turn, turn 14. And Max Ricker will this be the lap that he's able to strike? And not quite the same pace on the previous lap. And I think he's going to get it done this time around. Russell, though, once again, not giving it up without a fight. Made a little bit of contact there. And Russell did everything he possibly could to keep Ricker behind him. But unfortunately, Max Ricker has taken a spot away from Paul Russell, who still does remain on the podium. So Heather Russell and the Russell family have still got plenty to cheer for. It's 3.1 seconds the difference between Frost and Russell in 3rd and 4th. So, and we're not even a quarter race distance yet. That Ferrari just has not looked very compliant at all for Nando Lattanzio. The BMW wasn't looking much better there. We've seen plenty of cars struggling through turn 6 as well. That right-hander, it is very easy to get a big snap of oversteer through there as you're putting the power down. As Lattanzio trying to fend off another Ferrari. Ferrari belonging to Perkins. There's Nando Lattanzio. He's continued on with the Marlboro liveried theme. He had the Aston Martin last year, the Aston Martin. He's hunting down Britton's in the BMW right now. File into turn 1. Looks like he got a relatively good run out of there. Almost had a little dive down the inside. Bridges is going to remain feisty. So just in terms of the battle out in front, Terry Rayton, he is in P1 right now. 4.7 seconds the difference between he and Max Ricker. Indy Canero hasn't really made much ground at all. We have lost one. I'm not too sure who that is. We're down to 15. We started with 16. But yeah, I did see him get out of the pits. Yeah, he's done 8 laps. He's on the lead lap. Oh, Bridgens just makes a little mistake and that lets Lattanzio through. Let's have a quick look on the replay what happened there. And he just outbrake himself. He does just enough to run a little bit wide, and Lattanzio will be saying, hey, I did that as well earlier on and cost me a position, and done the same thing to Bridgens. So just the same corner catching him out, but onwards and upwards. Hayes is working on Neil Fakeney. Last lap around, 38 flat to Fakeney, 38.257 to Hayes. Half a second the gap right now. Field has started to stretch itself out at the quarter way mark already, just over. go. Kinero just made a move. I did say that I didn't get him on the stream much. And was that because... Where's Mark Hurley? Oh, he's had some sort of incident at turn 1. And then Kinero has gone through. So not too sure what happened to Mark Hurley there. But we go back to live images. P14 is where Kinero is. Now, I did say earlier that 3.1 seconds was the gap between Russell and Frost. That's closed right up now, and you can see the difference is less than a second. Now, Russell, what's this lap he does? Oh, he's had an issue somewhere. That's a 39.285 compared to a 37.650. So a significant advantage. And I reckon, yeah, poor Russell's just had a little off somewhere. Or he's made a mistake. Cost him a chunk of time. Here's Fakeney trying to keep Mitch Hayes at bay. This is Neil Fakeney. It's a couple of Lamborghinis doing battle with one another. Kinero makes another move. He's able to get the job done on Herbertron. So he's making his way through the field. Moved up to P13 so far. Back to this battle here between Neil Fakeney. He's got James Mack, and looks like Russell has lost a spot to Matt Frost. Let's have a quick look at how that came about. So we've seen a number of cars outbrake themselves here already tonight. And does Paul Russell do the same? No, he doesn't. He just hit the curb and it upset the rear of the car. Rear engine car as well, and just wanted to turn it around like a big pendulum. As we go back to live images, I wonder if those tyres are just starting to feel a little bit more uncomfortable than they have been in the past couple of laps there for Paul Russell. He had quite a slow lap a couple of laps ago. That was a 38.4, so it's not really doing his cause a world of good. Out in front, it's Terry Rayton, 5.3 seconds the gap. There he is. He's doing it pretty easy right now. He's lapped a 136.172. So there's about 1.5 tenths off the fastest lap of the race that belongs to him. 5.2 seconds is the gap between he and Max Ricker. And so we've got this scrap going on for third and fourth. And then Fakeney and Hayes. So Russell will be more than aware of his situation. Started up there in P2. In fourth, would have been hoping for a podium, and a podium is still well within grasp right now. It's about half a second up the road in the form of an Audi belonging to Matt Frost. Looks like Russell, just the car starting to come back to him a little bit now. Track at 34, air temperature 26, so it's a relatively large disparity between the two temperatures. And Russell, that last lap around 37.675, Frost 37.945. So Russell, he's got it back together now. He's all over the back of that Audi right at this moment. Turn those lights on, give him a flash. Let him know you're there. Looks like Frost has got some... Oh, we've lost 2 cars, I think, off my timing screen by the looks of it. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's happened there. So Kinero is still here. Herbertron. Oh, you know what? We've lost Frost. Frost is gone. Oh, how unfortunate. So he's had a technical issue. He's had a disconnect by the looks of it. We lost 2 in 1 hit. Who else did we lose? We've lost Frost and... yeah, not too sure. So down to 13. He's Fakey making his way into the pits. Let's see, what's the time stop? This is going to be interesting, actually. So it's a mandatory tire stop, and a refueling time is fixed. So I don't know what that means. Maybe Music Racer could fill us in, maybe. Here we go. So, all right, and Mark Stevens is coming in. This is relatively early, only 22 minutes in, not even. Fake me still in the pits. Alright, keep an eye on those. Oh, bottom, there we go. Thank you, Adrian Rice. Need some more people to get in here. This is going to be tough sledding, I reckon. Only 13. We'll make do with what we've got. So we're watching Perkins, a few AM drivers in a row there. Bridges, Perkins, Masterson. So last lap around 38.117. Just getting the technical sorted out. There we go. Yeah, last lap at 38.117. 38.900 to Perkins. Alright, let's have a look now maybe at the... we'll stick with this battle. It's heating up a little bit. Between Bridges and Perkins. What was Neil Fakey? Total time 1 minute 27. 35 seconds he was stopped for. Total. Stevens at 1 minute 29, stopped for 36. Hurley 1 minute 29, stopped for 35. So, interesting. Okay, so there we go. Adrian Rice just giving us some insight there about the fuel only stop was in terms of the timed fuel. Not too far away from the halfway mark. And we've had 4 cars in the pits so far. We've got 13 left in the field. Paul Russell is not under any duress anymore, so he's got P3 well in hand at this stage. Max Ricker 7 seconds off the lead from Terry Rayton. So last lap around, Rayton was a 36.472. 36.942 belonged to Max Ricker on that last lap. Here's Wally Masterson making his way in the pits in the number 37. He comes to a halt, and is Herbertron doing the same? I believe he is. Yes, he is. Alright. So relatively early pit stop, still 34 degrees. Track temperature is at optimum conditions, not looking like any weather coming through. Yeah, I'm not too sure if he did that as well, Adrian Rice. So we'll just have to see how it plays out, eh? Still 34 minutes and change left in this one. Started with a slim field. He's got an even slimmer, losing 3, losing Matt Frost, bottom, and can't remember the other one. Tenzio, he's going to continue on, and Mac is now in the pits. There he goes. Here's Lee Perkins. He was 7/10 behind Bridgens. And there you go. That's what it looks like right now. Just having a quick look at something here. Alright, so we got that all sorted. Cool. Alright, so Terry Rayton continues to lead this one. Let's go on board with a lap. Terry Rayton, let's watch a lap of our race leader. Terry Rayton there, just making his pit stop. So it's our race leader in the pits right now. Bridgens was in there as well. Oh, hang on, times, no. Right, broadcast, there we go. So Paul Russell heads through. Max Ricker, has he pitted? He has already. Oh, big power slide there from Max Ricker. So Paul Russell is our race leader for now. Tenzio in second. He has not pitted. Neither is Perkins. So the top 3 at this stage haven't pitted. What was the time? So Ricker did a 1 minute 25. He was stopped for total. And lost another one. Mover lost this time. We're down to 12. So 1 minute 25 total pit stop time. 32 seconds stopped. And Rayton is going to hit those markers as well. So he will rejoin very, very shortly. There we go. and he does exactly the same times as Max Ricker. So here's Russell. He does need to pit. Will he respond straight away? He does. Alright, here we go. So Rayton just coming through turn 4, 5, 6, 7 around there. There he is. We'll pick him up now. So Rayton following him. Here's Russell in the pits. Here's Terry Rayton. Ooh, he's still got about another 50 odd seconds to go. Does Paul Russell. Latenzio is our race leader for now. Oh, Bridges sliding through in the background. Here's Russell. Waiting for Terry Rayton. There he is. So he will take the lead. There he goes. Paul Russell just heading out. Max Ricker is going to get through as well. Don't think James Mack will make it. So Paul Russell effectively will come out de facto P3. Net P3. Here's Mack. Here's Russell. This is going to be a little bit close because Mack will have a full head of steam. And there he is. And there's Russell. So it's a pretty healthy gap. Alright, so Russell will be safe for now. Mack has pitted. So everyone has pitted except this man on the screen, Lee Perkins, who I believe is coming in now, is he? Yeah, he is. So he'll make his stop. That means everyone will be done just a smidgen over halfway. And yeah, we had another one drop out there as well. So yeah, not too sure what's happening tonight. But yeah, we've got a few that have dropped out, unfortunately. There's Rayton will head across the line. Boom. He will take P1. There's Latenzio in the pits. He stopped yet? I think he has. Yeah, he has. And Perkins was the other one. He's just trundling down the pit lane as well. So they've completed their stops. Tanzio will head out. Where's he going to come out? He's fourth. James Mack, will he pick up a couple of spots here? Yeah, there's Latenzio. Look at this, it's going to be nice and close. There, I was talking about earlier, that tricky pit entry. And there's Latenzio, there's Mack. And that's Neil Fakeney behind him as well. So this is all for position right now. Looks like both Telstra and Optus might be down. Oh dear, that's not good. Bit of stuff going on in the chat there, but nonetheless, Fakeney hunting down Mack. It's going to be a good little scrap until the end. Just under 25 minutes to go. Both Telstra and Optus are doing network upgrades for phone and internet. That was Vinny in the Porsche. Yeah, he wasn't having a good night of it anyway, so unfortunately for him. Oh, that's a big slide there. from Neil Fakeney. So I did mention it's a relatively low grip circuit, this one, and once the sun goes down and the temperature goes down in the track, see it here. Is it just here? Oh yeah. So look, relatively uneventful for Fakeney there, but yeah, now James Mack is hunting down Nando Latanzio, who's just fresh out of the pits. So he's got a fresh set of tyres on, got fresh fuel in the car as well, and judging by the stop time, they're all around 32 seconds, so yeah. Oh, press the right button. There we go, we're back. We've got a little bit closer action going on. This is Mark Stevens in the Ferrari. I haven't really seen too much of Mark Stevens. He came on late last the season before the GT2s. GT2s, that's another one that that's happened since I've been away. Red Bull Ring as well, track added. That's the track we'll be going to. Next week it's going to be the Nordschleife. That's pretty exciting. I've never commentated a race around the Nordschleife before, so I'm going to have to do some practice, I think, between now and then. This is a fun little battle we've got here for 8th, 9th and 10th. Bridgens, Masterson and Stevens occupying those 3 spots. As you can see, these guys, and this will be fun for them. They'll don't really have much pressure around them other than the 3 cars. GT2 was a good series. Alright, did you race the KTM music racer, I believe, from what I can see in the chat? As Masterson showing his intent. Stevens. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be learning the corner names for Nords, no way. I think there's like sections, isn't there? I know the carousel. Oh no, Bridgens! He's had to take evasive action there. Let's go back to him and just let's go on board. That might give us a bit more of an idea. Oh, so we've seen a few cars. Oh, has he hit that car? Oh no, it wasn't. It was a bit of oversteer. Oh no, just car got upset. He said, "Yep, not going to risk it." And then that's where it ended up. Alright, so he's back underway. Now Stevens. We had a cracker of a race a couple of seasons ago here, yeah. Had an awesome, yeah, the start of the last season last year. It was the beginning of the season, Indianapolis. Andrew Lawrenson. So when we had the new pit rules first introduced, that was cool. That was a cracker of a race. So it's not quite lived up to that level yet. Still 20 minutes to go. So 2/3 of the race distance down, 1/3 to go. Still Terry Rayton, this one well in hand. 6 seconds is the gap between he and Max Ricker. 15 seconds further adrift is Paul Russell. Nando Latanzio sitting in 4th position, 6.3 seconds down the road from Russell. So Paul Russell looking for his first podium of the season and to continue his upward trend after a DNF in round number 1. Mark Stevens. See if I can get the stats on Mark Stevens. 3. He's hunting down Masterson. Events. Yep, there's the previous races. Here we go. Races. And that was the wrong one. I want the races. Standings value. There we go. Alright, enjoy the action. What else have we got? Where are you, Mark Stevens? He is currently 19th in the championship. He was P10 last week after a 21st and a 20th. So if he's able to maintain this position here, he will be a new PB for the season. Or even better, he gets past Wally Masterson and takes on P8. That would be a great result for him. As mentioned, Bridgens. Here we go. Stevens just ducks out of the draft. Ferrari versus Audi. Down the main straight. Who can be the latest of the late breakers? That Audi is generally pretty good under brakes as well. This is a good old scrap we've got going on. 8th, 9th and 10th up for grabs. Rest of the field relatively well spread out. Terry Rayton, last lap around a 1:35.987. A 1:36.807 to Max Ricker. So, oh, look at that big slide from the line tamer. He had to tame the rear end of that Ferrari because it was wanting to flip around on him. Good catch from Stevens. Now that's just going to back him up into Bridgens. He was 0.3 faster on that previous lap. That trend will continue. So not too far away from the final quarter of this one is Neil Fakeney making up plenty of ground on James Mack. Fire belching from the exhaust of the McLaren. Yeah, track. Although it says Optimum, looks very slippery. Very slippery indeed. Been the biggest riser and fallers of the night. This man here. He's up 5. Masterson's up 5, as is Bridgens. And the highest faller, or the driver that's fallen the furthest, is Mark Hurley, down 2. So not much to report there. About the fastest speeds. Max Ricker, 264 kilometres an hour in the McLaren. Bridgens in the BMW got a bit of toe, 263. As does Wally Masterson in the Audi. Funnily enough, for Honda, 259, second slowest to Herbertron in the other McLaren, 256. Interesting. McLaren's one of the fastest and one of the slowest. The duality of life right there in living colour. Or virtual living colour if you like. As these three continue their battle. That last trip around, Masterson did a 38.170. Stevens 38.385 and a 6.25 to Bridgens. So they were as fast as they are in order. 8th, 9th and 10th. Yeah, 6 and 7. Oh, slippery. See, this corner here is the one that always gets me. Like it's it's a funny angle. It's even worse when people take out those braking markers on the right hand side. And you want to try and you can get it a bit on the dirt there and pull it left, and then it took me a little while just to work out how much curve I could take on the right hander on the exit. This is probably my favourite part of the circuit. You get nice and close to the wall and hard on the brakes. Sometimes the rear end can slide around through there, and this one is also a challenging corner, second to last. And then at this stage all you're doing is you're looking at the clock. If you're in qualifying, you're looking at the car in front of you in the race. With Mark Stevens. It's a fun little circuit. I don't mind it. I know it's not everyone else's favourite, but not exactly my favourite, but I don't get too upset if it's on the calendar. 12 minutes left. We have 12 drivers. Started with 16. Lost a few along the way. Don't mind the earlier start as well. That was enjoyable. 8:45. I thought we used to start at 9 o'clock. You know what I find about the GTWC is because there's so many different variants of it all over the world. It's hard to keep up with who's doing what. There's an Australian version, there's a European version, there's an Asian version. I was going to make a calendar and just watch one series. I don't think the American one. There's an American one. So this is Herbertron out of the pits. Not out of the pits. Was that Hurley? What happened to him? Yeah, he did put something in the Discord chat as well. He wasn't particularly happy with something in qualifying, so he expressed his displeasure. I see that Michael Easter made an appearance as well this season. That's a shame. I missed that. Oh, Masterson's made a mistake at turn 1. Let's open up the door for Mark Stevens just to walk right through. Let's have a quick look at what happened here. So let's go with Wally Masterson. So at turn 1, oh, he's just outbraked himself a little bit there. Run a little bit too deep. Got on the grass. And that was enough for Stevens to walk through and take that position away. So late race dramas for Masterson. 10 minutes left. Oh, the track broke up in Sonoma. Wow. Have you seen what's going on at Laguna Seca at the moment? Where they've got residents around the circuit are trying to essentially shut it down, an iconic racing track. that is being hounded by NIMBYs. He would no doubt be new to the area and not understanding if you live near a racetrack and is usually racing around there. Yeah, you'd hate to see that track fall off the calendar for anyone, anywhere. Historic circuit. Here's Masterson. Going to make up some ground on Mark Stevens the last lap around where he lost that position. There he's got BMW of Bridgens. Oh, they've reached an agreement. That's good. What's the agreement? Is it a good agreement? Is it a bad agreement? Oh, Masterson getting a little bit squirrely there as well. He's going to have to do his... It was a very silly situation. It's one that I can envision happening, not so much in a motorsport scenario, but I live here next to Flemington Racecourse and they're building apartments literally within the grounds, and they have a lot of big festivals and stuff there as well, so maybe I'm just being a bit pessimistic. I don't know. 8 minutes to go in this one. This is the closest cars on circuit. Terry Rayton leads this one by a comfortable margin, 6.5 seconds. He's done that all night. He's actually extended that out now to just over 7. Max Rickard, so sitting there in P2. I think that will be his best result for the season after a triple run of fourths. He's looking to take home P2 with 7.5 minutes remaining. Paul Russell will get his first podium of the season, and that'll be his new PB. Nando Latanzio up there in 4th position as well, so he's not really being challenged by anyone or challenging anyone. James Mack with a top 5 position, that'd be good for him. He's been elevated to pro. Neil Fateney there in 6th position, so he'll be the highest of the silver drivers. The silver driver is Mark Hurley, who currently occupies P12. And then it's the battle of the AM drivers, so Perkins, Stevens, Masterson, Bridgens and Herbertron. The 3 spots that are up for grabs still. 8th, 9th and 10th. It's the battle that we watch right now with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. Ollie Masterson in the Audi, making up some ground under brakes. They go through turn number 8, 7. Now turn 8. So Bridgens' last lap, 38.512 versus a 5.42. Stevens with a 38.125. So perhaps Masterson will just want to try and hold on to P9 here for the next 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Pretty sure that's an in-game livery as well. I always think of Thierry Boutsen when I see Boutsen. The name? But yeah, pretty sure it's an in-game livery. Who else had the... Peter Wall had some banging liveries as well, didn't he? He's not racing tonight. Don't think I saw his name on the list either of competitors this season, or did I? Let's have a quick look. No, what happened to Mia Rose? Why is she disqualified? That was an interesting one. She won the first round and then got DSQ next to her name for some reason, so I'm not too sure what the issue was there. I think we've had about 27 people all up throughout. Or maybe not quite 24. Jacob Fleming, Adrian Rice was in there, Mike Lewin. Just padding it out right now. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Masterson and Stevens fighting it out. Bridgens will be happy to hold on to that P10. Here's Mark Hurley in the pits, so I'm not too sure what the issue is there, but well, he's been injured most of this year to this point. Oh, that's not good. I hope he's all right then. I hope it's nothing too serious. That's disappointing to hear. Shout out to Peter Wall. I think he did some streams as well while I wasn't here, which is very nice of him. So not long left now. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Look at this. Bridgens pouring on the pressure in the BMW. Have to find out the story behind Listerine. It's very nicely presented. I know James Mack was saying in the chat that the Red Rebel Racing is just a bit of a it's just for laugh, which is all well and good. They present some nice cars though. Seems to just grow and grow and grow, the Red Rebel Racing crew. Power to them. Couple of minutes left now. Ricker P2, almost 8 seconds adrift of Terry Rayton. We're probably... Where is he? So I reckon it'll be the next lap around for Terry Rayton. He's at the beginning of another one. He's actually not too far behind these guys. So it'll be another lap. Once he crosses the line, that will be the final one for the evening. Masterson just wants to be careful through there that he doesn't upset that car too much and lose that position to Bridgens. All counts for points. All matters in the championship to the end of the season. Oh no! Has he given it up at the last minute? He has. Bridgens fighting his way through. Can't quite do it. That back end wanting to step out on the Audi. And I reckon these guys are going to have this lap to get it done, because we are about to be on the final lap. Here comes Terry Rayton,
Okay,
and there it is.
The final lap now. Give it all you can.
So I'm not too sure if these guys will have to do another one after this. Wally Masterson will be hoping they don't. James Bridgens will be hoping that they do. So, but it's this man here, Terry Rayton. There he is. We haven't seen too much of him on screen because he's been in the lead for most of the race, and he's been able to lead comfortably. The 100 race plus veteran of Rooz. Yeah, a little bit of power slide in the Honda. Very familiar to see him in the Audi, in fact. But yeah, DNF in round number 1, a second in round number 2, a win in round number 3, and he is going to be our first back-to-back winner for the season as well. So he's just got about a half a lap, if not maybe a little bit less, to go. in that Laundry House liveried Honda. Pass through turn 11 for the final time this evening. He doesn't need to scrape up too close against that wall. He's got a very decent margin well in hand, 9 seconds in fact. But Terry Rayton coming through the penultimate turn now. Congratulations, Terry Rayton, our first back-to-back winner. Our first multiple race winner for the season. Championship leader, and will only continue to extend that. Terry Rayton takes victory in round number 4. Congratulations to him. Here comes Max Ricker. He'll take home his first podium of the season. He gives his championship a little boost as well. He was sitting in 4th position, so he'll move up the standings. And Paul Russell, congratulations. He's going to come home in P3. That's his PB for the season. Well done to him. Who else do we have here? Nando Latenzio's ended up coming home 4th. So well done, Nando Latenzio. Here comes James Mack. He's the last of the pro drivers, so he's going to finish in P5, and I dare say it's probably his best result for the season. Couldn't really get much stats on him. Here's Neil Fakeney. And that Masterson-Bridgens-Stevens battle continued on. Here comes Perkins. Let's have a quick look at... so this is live pictures of Stevens as Perkins almost to the finish line. Masterson's going to hound the 169 all the way to the end as Lee Perkins. Congratulations. He comes home P7 in the number 33. Well done to him. Mark Stevens is going to hold on for a very well-deserved P8. Congratulations to him. I do believe he is a AM class winner. No, it was Lee Perkins, in fact. Wally Masterson in 9th, and James Bridgens will come home in 10th. Herbertron in 11th, and Mark Hurley in 12th. But it was this man here on screen, Terry Rayton. He was the... James Mack second at the first round. Okay. But Terry Rayton, our race winner. Congratulations to him. First multiple race winner of the season. Championship leader. He took pole position and he took out the race victory. Silver belonged to Neil Fakeney. So congratulations to Neil Fakeney on the silver class victory in 6th outright. And it was Perkins who took home the AM class victory. He's just not in the lobby anymore. All right. Well, that is it, everyone. We are all done for round number 4. I'm excited for next week because round number 5 is going to be the Nordschleifer, the new DLC that was made available a couple of weeks ago. I'm very excited to see how that all plays out next week. So we'll be back next Monday, same time, same channel. Enjoy the rest of your week, everyone. It was good to be back. Hopefully get a few more numbers next week. But in the meantime, enjoy your week. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.